Tasneem or Tanseem. Tasneem from the US.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salamullah.
Okay, so I grew up in the States and I found a good prospect, but he lives back home, which is a Muslim country. And usually if someone applies from the West, if someone marries from the West, someone back home, they apply for their spousal visa so they can also move to the West. So would it be permissible for a woman in the West to marry someone back home and apply for them to come? Because my family finds it illogical if I were to move back home.
First of all, this issue is definitely, inshallah, permissible. There's no problem in that. Your intention is to marry, and his intention is to marry. And both of your intentions is to get together, and you have to apply for a spouse visa, and he has to come to live in the States with you for some time. The issue is, can we live and continue to live in a Kafir country for the rest of our lives? This is a debatable issue. You guys know what I say and think, that generally speaking, ideally speaking, a Muslim must not live in a Kafir country. There's no dignity or honor in living among the disbelievers who look down upon you and your religion. And the Prophet encouraged, alayhi salatu wassalam, all Muslims to migrate and live among the Muslims. So if his intention is to do this, and your intention as well, maybe in the span of 5, 10, 15 years, depending on how long it would take him to gain some wealth in order to go back to a Muslim country and live an honorable life, there's no problem in that, inshallah azza wa jal. Mahmoud says, when we buy second-hand cooking pan from non-Muslims, we have to wash it. But even after washing several times with soap, stains remain. In non-stick pans, these stains are from oil, fat, or food cooked previously, right? So what is the ruling after washing so many times? Is the pan pure or impure? Can it be used for cooking? So generally speaking, eating and drinking in the utensils of Muslims and non-Muslims alike is permissible, because these are cups, jugs, plates, pans, and the likes. So there's no problem in eating in them, because the Prophet ﷺ ate from it, as in the hadith of the Jewish woman who invited him to eat from a ram, him and his companions, and he ate from their plates. As in the hadith of a Jew boy inviting the Prophet ﷺ to some lard or fat with barley that had a smell to it, and the Prophet ate from it, alayhi salatu wasalam. And of the hadith of the woman, the idol worshipper, who the companions borrowed from her container, water skin bag or container, and performed wudu. So this is, generally speaking, permissible. There are hadiths where the Prophet instructed the companions not to use it if there is an alternative. And if there was no alternative, then they should wash it and then eat in it. But scholars combined all these different evidences and said that only when there is doubt that is close to certainty that they've used these utensils in consuming haram, such as wine or pork or dead meat, etc. In this case, yes, we have to wash it and then eat and drink in it. So generally speaking, if you buy a pan that was already used by non-Muslims, the default, it is pure until proven otherwise. But if you have doubts that this might be from pork or haram meat, then you may wash it thoroughly. The stain that remains is just a color. It's a stain that has no mass to it, and hence it has no impact on the permissibility and the purity of that pan, and Allah knows best.